First of all, I ain't gonna let you talk yet. Let me get my proper introduction, right? This queen right here is killing it. Like when it comes to content, like I love content, and when I see other people doing it, I give them their flowers. It's so many people out here that do something, and when they see somebody else in their lane, they get intimidated instead of giving them their flowers and letting them know they the motherfucking truth, right? And this queen right here is the motherfucking truth, So if your kids around and I'm cussing, I'm sorry, but she the truth. What's going on, queen?
What's poppin'? How are you? How you feeling?
Man, I'm so blessed. Busy working, staying consistent.
Yeah,
I gotta get Nikki on here. I can't even be doing this episodes and not have her in here. That'd be crazy. I'm
I
like, we
appreciate
gotta
that. I'm humbled.
whatever
I'm
we
humbled.
gotta
I
do.
appreciate.
Man, you know you the truth, man. You can be humble. You know you the truth, man.
I
so
appreciate that.
so for the people who might not know, get them your backstory, who you are, and then we can get this thing rolling.
Yeah, a kid from Queens. You know what I mean? Queens, New York, for those people that don't know. But just a person who loves to create content, help others to create content, and grow their personal brands. But have worked with some of your favorite personal brands. One y'all may know, Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker. Another you may know, Inky Johnson. Working with Earn Your Leisure right now. But like just I was just in the very addicted to social media, and I just figured out a way to help others through my addiction. To be
Mm.
honest with you, just to be honest with you, I was there with it, but I really grown to like really understand the trends, really understand how to make it simple. You feel me? Because not
Mm.
everybody makes it simple. And my whole thing is like social media is not that deep. And if I can help people figure it out, that I'm good with that.
I love it. So what were you doing before you like, yo, let me focus on this?
I was in the Navy. I was in the
Oh,
Navy. And then I got out maybe like before I really started this, I got out 2 years doing IT work, and then I jumped into this it came into my lap. It was by accident.
what was the accident like? Tell us that moment, like, cause people do content, but people don't do content.
Yeah, yeah. So, I was very confused getting out of the Navy. Like, I just wasn't happy. And for some reason, I loved stories. Like, I love
Mm.
somehow taking the visuals and making a story out of it. So I had joined Eric Thomas online community, Breathe University, and I just added value wherever I could. Whether it was in the online community, whether it was doing content, I used to do the mashup videos, whether it was helping people to their seats, it didn't matter, I was helping. And they saw me so much that they were like, yo, you want to take over our social media? I said, sure, why not? I'm never going to say no. That's the type of person I am,
Yeah,
especially with opportunities. But come to find out, I took that same mentality of just serving, and then I
yeah.
served the people online with his platform, and it grew from
Mm.
300K to what it is right now, 2.1 million.
Mm. So when you got asked to do that job, how was it?
Yeah.
Was you really nervous, low key, like afraid, scared, anything in that nature? Because sometimes when opportunities fall in people's laps, they like, I ain't ready, low key, deep inside.
Yeah, no, I can't get nervous when no one knew exactly what to do with it. You feel me? So we all gonna
Mm.
be nervous? That makes no sense, right? And I knew I had to lead it off as a fan, right? I'm still a fan of E as at this moment. So it was more of, what do the people want? Okay, I'm gonna just show more of these motivational bars, right? And get real selfish with it. And like, they wanted certain things. Yo, we got these events going, we got this and that. I was like, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. But if you don't have an audience, it makes no sense.
Mm.
So you got to get people to engage. You got people to trust you and love you. And they already do, but they need to see more from you. And so all I did was clip up 30 seconds worth of bars, put them out there. He saw that it grew. We started doing it every 3 o'clock in the morning, post it up. And it just happened that way. So it wasn't necessarily nerves. It was more like, yo, just have fun with it and like really stay a true fan of the brand and not feel as if this is like, you know, you get so caught up in the opportunity. You get so caught up for those people who have job. You get the job, you're like, all right, I'm here. And it's like, nah, it's still fun to me. This is still what I love to do. And it just grew because I'm having fun with it.
That's a big thing. Like I had a client not too long ago and they like hate making content, right? And I'm like, how can you hate making content when this actually is the funnest sport? Like
Yeah.
you get to be in characters, you get to entertain, you get to do so much outside of the normal everyday, right? And so what do you tell the business owners or the brands that literally are afraid to put out content?
But social media is a tool. I tell them that. It's literally a tool to show who you really are. It's nothing to put up a facade, and we get very caught up with that. Like we see what everybody else is doing, we feel like we have to be this certain kind of way. But in all honesty, it's just showing who you are. And you have to feel comfortable with showing who you are. If you hate content, it's because you don't necessarily feel comfortable with yourself and you don't want to be put out there, right? And which is fine. That's just more growth upon yourself. Like why do I really hate content? Why do I really hate social media? You know, and it's like, maybe I don't really want people to really know about me. Maybe I still find flaws in me. And that once I put that out there, people are going to judge me. There's a lot of things that it's never really content within itself. It's always a deeper reason why people don't like content. And when you kind of like, when you have somebody who's really dope with content and be like, look, let me break it down to where you are able to create your own narrative. You're able to allow people to understand who you really are based off the information you give, whether it's a personal situation, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. You're able to create that narrative and not allow other people to assume what it is. It's a different story, but you got to be okay with showing up and showing up on a regular basis. It's not going to work in like a day. It's not going to work in a week. It's not going to work in 3 months. It takes some time. Like it took some time to create the real you. It's going to take some time for your content to work the same kind of way.
Yo, do y'all hear what she's saying? So you guys gotta, no excuses, right? You gotta make it happen. If you don't make it happen, it's not gonna happen. But literally love yourself, right? And what about the people that said, I tried it, but I just can't stay consistent, and like, you know?
Yeah, it's not important to them. It's not important to them. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. They just got to be honest with themselves. They can't necessarily say that their brand is important, because without content, you have no brand nowadays. That's just facts. Like you can have a logo, you can have all these, but without content right now, you don't necessarily have a brand. We don't know who you are. And you could be the best thing right now. And I always say that there's people who are out there that are trash, pure trash. And we've seen them. We're not naming no names. You've seen the content. Their content is pretty trash, whatever, right? But they're consistent and they're showing up way more than you. And so they're seen as if they're number one, and they're seen as if they rule this industry because they show up way more. They could be talking pure BS, and the audience wouldn't know, because that's all they have to see. That's all they have to understand, because you're not feeling comfortable enough to show up on a regular day basis. So it actually does a disservice for the audience, because you're directing them to lies and a facade and things that are just pure trash compared to the true art of your industry. So it's like, I get it. You don't like the rhythm of social media. You don't like the responsibility of being on social media every single day, but you actually have that responsibility to your audience as well as to yourself, because you should show up saying, you know what, regardless if you believe it or not, yo, I'm actually like really good in this industry. I'm actually an expert in this industry. Y'all just don't know it yet. But I know one person is going to believe that. I know two people are going to believe that. I know three, and it grows this, that, and the third, because a level one can teach a level 0. There's people who haven't even tried to do what you do. And you're like, nah, I ain't an expert. You're posting. There's somebody who didn't post. Yo, you're teaching somebody something that they didn't know. You know how basic people forget that we think we have to teach in a complex way, or we have to show up in a complex way, super transitions, high definition stuff and everything like that. And to be honest with you, some people need to know the very basic thing of what you do, whether it's in a motivational way, educational, or entertainment. They need to know the very basic thing for the level that they're on. So it's just, they got to get consistent, because there's trash people beating them each time.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, it's all about who the loudest, right? So if you can have the dopest quality in the world, and if nobody see it, nobody see it. But if you have that trash quality and you just, everybody get to see it, you're going to be the dopest person in that market space without a doubt. So I tell people, you got to, whatever lane you in, you just got to be the loudest. You got to be consistent. And it's a sprinkle on top if you dope. Like, it's a sprinkle on top, right? And what I tell people too is, with social media, get out there, get out of your shell, have fun, be entertained, be like, try new things. Don't be so in that box that don't exist, because what happens though, nigga, they'll see, oh, somebody doing extremely well. They'll see this finished product and they like, I want that today. I want that right now. And if I don't got that right now, I don't even want to post. I don't want to get on here. I don't want to talk to these people, because they ain't going to believe me. Now I tell people, talk from their heart. Be your true self. If you be your true self, they can't deny you. And we don't give a fuck what nobody think. I don't care about nobody's opinion. I don't care about nobody's feedback. I'm going to do me regardless, because at the end of the day, you know, that shit don't matter. That shit be going with the wind. You feel me? Like, sometimes people here today and gone tomorrow. So I don't care. Literally, I've been doing this shit for 10 years. So I done seen so many people come and go. So I don't get excited. I don't get excited. The only time I get excited is when I see somebody go from 0 to 100 organically from start. I love that shit. Like, I love to see people grow. Like that shit do something to me, because you really see somebody that's working hard as hell and they like consistent. They in the gym practicing. They ain't stopping. They hurting themselves. They getting it together, but they getting it together. I love that shit the most, right? And so it's a lot of creatives out there that's broke, right? So how do you think they should turn their passion into a business or get paid from their passion, right? Because they be broke mentality. They just care about opportunity. They don't care about nothing else.
So, I mean, there's too many ways to make money just online, right? From literally just showing up on social media, there's ways to make it. There's things that you can control. So first and foremost, you have to grow an audience. It don't matter if you figured out those different ways of streams of income or not. You have to grow an audience, because the second that you grow an audience, you can do whatever, right? There's a power in what you're growing, and like true loyal supporters, not just followers. Yeah. It's not about the following count. I promise you, right? It's really about those true supporters that, if I drop the Cash App right now, boom, some people are going to go off this live and go to Cash App, drop some tips and come back and still watch, right? Where others will just, kind of just continue to watch to see if they rock with you, right? There's some people who will buy the merch. There's some people that will join your community, right? It depends on what do you do, right? As well as what are you willing to do, right? Because we could get very caught up in what other people are doing and feel like that is us, but it really isn't, right? So like some people can get into, for those people who like to teach or whatever, get into the ebook situation, get into the courses, get into all these different things, right? And then you're like, this is what I have to do. No, you don't. You have to figure out how to be creative with monetizing your audience, because that's all it is. So if you want to be like in the middle of your content, have a little pop-up of go text me right now, I'm selling a shirt, and it goes disappears and it's running out, like you only have 5 seconds to get the shirt, text me right now, boom, somebody's gonna be like, huh, what, run that back, run. I didn't even see, did anybody else see this, hold on, boom, right? Because you grew an audience. That true supporter is going to be like, yo, run that back, let me get that text number real quick. You're getting creative with it, right? I always, and shout out to Nip because I got his stuff on. He got creative with monetizing his audience, right? He could have done the normal streams and everything. He sold a physical mixtape for $100. He said, boom, I don't necessarily, I got the streaming, everything went digital, but I have at least 1,000 true supporters. Let me do a pop-up. Let me make it physical. Let me give something that they could hold on to. And people paid that $100 to a mixtape that used to cost $5, $10 at most, right? You have to look at, what do you feel comfortable with? How do you get creative with monetizing your audience, right? So that may be just dropping a Cash App in your content. That may be doing a merch drop. That may be going on lives and asking for tips. That may be doing brand deals. That may be allowing the platforms to pay you through Reels, through AdSense, through membership situations, however you want to go about it. But it all breaks down of, how do you get creative with monetizing your audience? The attention that you have with your audience is the prime thing. And that's why I'm saying you got to grow that audience, because literally you can have one person pay your whole bill situation, but you're chasing thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, when that one person, you could impact a whole millionaire right now, and you're like, no, I gotta get more, I gotta get more, I gotta get more, and you're doing all these weird tricks and situations, when this one person's like, yo, just drop something. Like literally just drop something. I don't even care. That's why I like this whole, that they're rolling out the Instagram subscription, because it's going to allow people who don't know how to monetize to allow their supporters to support them, because they don't even necessarily have to figure out how to go live, how to do these stories exclusively for their subscribers. The button is there. They could literally just be like, yo, I just want to support you for $19.99 a month. I just want to support you for $9.99. I want to support you however your subscription is, because you've already done so much. But some people don't even allow a place for people to just bless them. That's it. Just let the people to bless you.
I love it, right? And I'll be looking at your page, and I love your content because you give so much fucking value. Like, some of the shit, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that shit. What? I say, she like the content journalist. Like, her shit be like different. Like, I'm like, yo. Like, and I'm honest, right? And I'm like, damn, right? So when it comes to giving value, you know, we see a lot of people when they get online, all they want to do is sell, sell, sell. Nikki, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Like, how you feel about that shit? Real talk. Like, what should they start doing so they can start giving more value, if you think they should give more value?
I'm big on value. I believe in the law of reciprocity. You feel me? Like, if you give, you get back. Like, and it may not be in the way that you expect it, but it's going to come back tenfold. So, like, the value part is mainly not in ways of just getting things back, but to earn trust. You can't expect somebody to buy something if they don't trust you, right? You may have, not for a long time. How about that? I'm big on longevity. Like, I'm from New York. We could flip anything, and that's a quick buck, and that's cool. And that's what a lot of people are doing online, is like, yo, buy this real quick, and they're forever chasing a rabbit. You feel me? I'm more of a, let me nurture, let me cater to you, let me give this all out, boom, 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 because information is free. You at least from my end, you're not paying for information, you're paying for access and organization. You're not paying for information, you could look it up. You feel me? You could look it up anywhere through YouTube, through blogs, through other things. You're not paying for information. And for those people who try to bundle it up, yo, I got this ebook and it got all this information and this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And like, nah, you need to actually reword that and be like, look, all the things that I've learned, I put that right here, one spot. One spot. All those tips that I've given out on the reels, it's in one spot. You ain't got to go through over 100 reels to check it out. You probably don't even have that time, right? And this ebook got it got like 3 pages, and in 3 pages it gives you all the tips and tools, all the apps, this, that, and the third, right? People will pay for that because they pay for access and organization. Ain't nobody care about that damn information.
Facts, right? Yo, I love
Like,
it.
if I got time on a weekend, I'm gonna look through. If you try and sell me off of information, bump that. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna go through YouTube. I'll spend my time on that. I'll spend it all day, right? But you have to. There's a level of access to you that people will pay for. There is a way that because you have a community or a membership or maybe the courses that you have, whatever it is in one spot. All that information is in one spot, right? Even if you sell products and services, let's say you have a product, it's the access to the product. It may not be available all the time, right? Like for example, we in the community, we sold an NFT. We had this coin, and you get a hat. We get the hats. I paired the hat with the coin, right? Ain't nobody know nothing about no coin. They probably don't even wear snapbacks, right? But I said, yo, those people who have the coins, in about a couple of weeks, they're going to have exclusive access to certain things that not everybody else does. The gold coin is going to able to have a one-on-one with the squad. They'll be in a raffle of doing these things. And then in a couple of weeks, they'll have access to these particular classes, whatever it is, right? It's not necessarily about what you're selling. It's about, yo, hold up. I got access to Nikki? What?
Yeah.
And once you tap more into like how dope you are, the value, it comes like, because some people are going to be like, yo, if I give it all away, they won't buy it. The hell they won't.
Yo, they're going to buy more.
But the thing is, there's no shade, but like we give human beings way too much credit.
Right.
You feel me? We think they mad smart. We think they remember everything. All right? Y'all don't remember what my man posted a week ago.
Right.
Y'all don't remember. Y'all don't remember anything he said. It's okay. It's all right. It's not that you don't pay attention. It's, yo, we got a lot of things going on in social media, right? It's only, I'll say a strong 2-3% that is literally on some, okay. All right, what did he say? All right, cool. Right. He told me to type in growth and I get the, okay, I'm going to keep that. He's saying a lot of stuff on social. Okay, I got that. Boom. I don't need to buy anything. That's 2 to 3%. And because they are like true executors, they about this life. They are trying to really understand that that's a whole different thing, right? And they believe that they could get everything for free. Cool. Let's do it, right? They spend way too much time. Now, there's a whole other percentage that does not remember, that is not going to be able to receive it when you are saying it. So whatever, like I said, if you in that motivational type vibe, the vibe that you're trying to give to motivate them, they may not be ready to receive it. That information that you're trying to tell them, they may not be ready to receive it. They may be on level 5 and you're on level 10 and they're like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And then 7 months later, it's like, oh, I remember what you said, but I actually kind of forgot it. So can you run that back for me? Can you run that back for me? Right. 2, like 3, we can come up with so many new ideas. If you're saying, yo, if I give it all away, they're not going to rock with me, that means you can't come up with new ideas. That means you're putting too many eggs in one basket. You feel me? So it's like, you gotta lead with value because it builds trust. They're not gonna remember it anyways. Half of the time they won't do anything with free content. Half of the time. That's why they always come back, because they're like, yo, they're gonna give me more. They're gonna give me more. They're not gonna do anything with it, right? And then once you continue to give more and give more, they almost have to feel like, yo, I gotta give something back to him or her. I got to. Like, yo, you've done so much. The impact, and it may not be in a monetary, like monetizing situation. You may be able to find your next business partner because of all the value that you gave them. You may be able to find another teammate, right? Somebody in your squad to do something. Like you're never gonna realize like all the value that you have. People are gonna come back to add their value. Like, yo, I don't come into my mastermind. This usually costs about like 10 G's, 10 racks, but you've done so much. I just need you in the room because I need you to talk to this person. I need you to, like, what we give, we get back in some way, shape, or form.
Lead with value. I love it, right? And that's a big thing. Sometimes people just want to show off crazy lifestyles, crazy all this. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of them pictures, none of that shit you posting. I need something that can hit my soul and make me walk away and get intrigued. Like, I like to be like, oh shit, this is dope. Like, even when I see your content, I'm like, man, this girl is dope. Like, where's she finding this shit at? Like, I'm literally getting updated with like real shit I ain't even know about. So I'm like, this the type of shit I like. And then you cut it up all clean. I'm like, yo, she really like, I didn't know what word to put on. I know you probably got a type of word. I just said like she's a content journalist. I don't know which word to put for
it.
And
like, we trying to figure that out now. Don't worry about it. We trying to figure that out now.
I'm like, yo, but it's so many tactics, so much shit that's like, yo, you really be knowing all the, like, hey, Facebook need to hire you for real. Like, Facebook need to hire you. You be knowing everything that's going on, like, before the masses know. Like, I'm like, who the fuck her connect? Like, you teach every day like it's something new. Like, and so I tell people, like, the biggest thing you can do is just really understand your market, understand they fucking problems, and really talk to their problem. They be like, well, I already said that. And I'm like, it don't matter if you said that. You can say the same 20 shits a million different times in a million different ways in a million different places. Just say that shit and stop trying to recreate the wheel and stop thinking that, because it might be a whole new person that came that don't know shit about you and just happen across that video and you change their life. Or they get in front of this damn camera and they scared as hell to be themselves and tell their story. Like, I really want to know the person. I don't give a fuck about nothing else but the person. Like, where you come from, how you get here, why you on that mission you on, and tell that backstory so you can connect with somebody, because that backstory might be somebody's story today that don't know how to get out of there. And by you mentioning your backstory, it can help.
Yeah, but some people go, there was a time, and I think just some people got caught up with it, that is just purely lifestyle, right? But in the background they're selling like $2,000-$3,000 products and services. It's the weirdest thing, right? So before that used to work. Now we honestly need to know who you are. We honestly need to know something about you in order to do that. And like how did you do that? Like, okay, it's cool, you have this and it gave you this lifestyle and you are now goals. Yo, I would love to go here. I would love to go. That is fine. And for me, I've always said, I don't necessarily want to be a lifestyle goal. Yeah. Like, I want to still be reached. Like, you look at those and some people almost think that it's not possible. Right. And then you're not telling me anything. And then I look at your product and your service and then I see that price. Oh, it's definitely not possible. Because you're not, for one, we got to understand there's different types of content that we got to create in order to get people to buy whatever, whether it's a $5 thing or whether it's a $5,000 thing. We gotta make sure, for one, we're giving them tangible things to do. Two, we're evoking some type of emotion in them, right? Three, we're changing their mindset. Those are the three things that we have to do in order for them to go from who are you to, oh my God, here is my credit card, right? Because if one of those things aren't done, then they're looking at you like you're a goal, right? Like, oh my God, I would love to be there. But especially that mindset one, if you're not changing their mindset, they can have $5 to their name. They still gonna figure out how to buy that situation, because we find ways to buy what we want. It's always in the mindset, right? Like, there are 12-year-olds. You see all the Jordans I got? There are 12-year-olds finding dough somehow, some way to get the latest J's.
Facts.
Because their mind is like, yo, for me to get this pair of Jordans, I'm going to be I need to get it to be accepted, right? So you have to change their mindset in some way, shape, or form to fulfill a certain kind of desire. And so, like, desires are like, okay, can I save or make the person money, right? Can I make them feel accepted, right? Can I save them time, right? Can I have them grow their own community? Can I make them give back to the world? Can I give them something that they feel like they'd be generous, or can I give them something that is going to find their purpose in life, right? If your content can change the mindset where it fulfills that desire, they're locked in, they're done. That's a wrap, right? But we go from lifestyle to product, and you're going to want this lifestyle, and so you're going to have to get this product, where there's no in between. There's no, give me a step where I could at least put my toe in and be like, okay, all right, I don't know if I could go in the deep end, you feel me? But I could put my feet in the water. I could do this. All right. I feel confident in that, right? And then I'm like, oh, I feel emotionally attached because boom, you're getting rid of some fear, or you're triggering some kind of happiness that I never had before. And then, oh, you're changing my mind, saying, like, I can do this. I'm able to save. I'm able to make this money. I'm able to grow this community. I'm able to, with this particular thing, be accepted by those people who didn't even rock with me before. Oh, that's a no-brainer. I could do this all day. What we talking about? So it's, lifestyle's cool. I ain't knocking it, right? But if you're not really getting people to your lifestyle, you're there, you're on social media for yourself.
That's it. Selfish as hell, right? And like, in the first start of my career, probably the first 7 years of my career, I thought you was more important if you was a ghost, right? I thought, like, I'm from Chicago, so it's like you supposed to be low key. You ain't trying to be all in it. You feel me? And so literally, I thought you supposed to be a ghost. So I just stayed behind the scenes. I didn't put myself in the forefront, because it's like, if I'm focused on this brand or this artist or whatever it was, I'm like, I shouldn't be outshining them or doing too much. So I stayed low key, and then I started seeing the transition in the industry, and it's like, oh wow, we got to start getting in front of the thing. They got to start seeing us. They got to start feeling us. And us as creatives, we literally always stayed in the back end and always got the short end of the stick, and everybody always overlooked us. And I got tired of that shit. Like, I really got, like, first of all, we wouldn't know who the fuck you were if it wasn't for the creatives behind your shit. Because 9 times out of 10, these folks don't be the creative. They just be the puppets. Right? So I literally started becoming more vocal and started coming out just to give a voice to the creatives, right? And then I started realizing that a lot of creatives is okay with just being passionate, and they don't want to make no money for real. They just want to do their art. And I'm like, whoa, well, I got a little confused, right? And I'm like, hold up. I feel like I'm begging y'all to take it to the next level. And so I really got out the way, and I started talking to them, because I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2010. So literally for the last 12 years. So I'm like, well, let me focus on business owners, and let me focus on that because I understand that. And I started just talking more to the business owners, and literally it became more exciting for me. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time is, it's okay to, change and upgrade, but follow the trend. See where the market is going. See what the element is going. I tell people now, like, you can have all of that high quality content, but that shit is irrelevant. Even though I've been the shooter, right?
Yeah.
That shit, man. Your iPhone do miracles, right? These fucking iPhone cinematic mode do miracles. Your goal is to just give the value to the people. Stay consistent to the people. Don't make excuses. I don't give a fuck if your hair not done, your makeup not done. None. I don't care. You don't got no drip on the day. Get the message out. And that's why I want people to really understand is just get the message out. But make sure you got a purpose, right? That lifestyle shit look good, but that shit really don't mean nothing if the person that's gotten that lifestyle, if that motherfucker really behind the scenes sunken, right, under the ocean, drowning, and not getting enough leads to pay for that weird ass fake lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So really be yourself, and whatever your goals are, chase your goals, chase your bigger picture. Don't try to chase nobody else's bigger picture, because some people bigger picture is what it is that they doing right now. That's why they doing all that. But some people think about legacies and generational wealth, and they trying to say they shit. You feel me?
Yeah, no.
And
You said something really dope, like the fact that some people do like the high definition thing and you're the shooter, right? And I got high quality content at certain times too, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's really about knowing what to do with your content.
Yeah.
Right? If you know what to do with your content, period. It doesn't matter if it is from your phone or if it's something that he shoots or whatever. Like, there's a strategy to it. If you're only using content once, you don't know how to use content. So, like, for example, and this is for anybody who is thinking about, getting a videographer, an editor, and things like that, right? You're paying a guap of money, right? We'll say from a very low end, depending who you have.
Yeah.
It could be from $100, right, to 5,000. Yeah, like 10. It depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say that, and how much you're doing it, whatever it is, right? No matter how much it is, you're putting money that you've earned, right, into something that is digital. You have to learn how to milk that dollar, that $100, that $5,000, that $10,000. You have to learn how to milk it in every single solitary way. If you're taking that one piece of content, whether you created it, whether he created, whether anybody created it, right, and you are not maximizing it from a format standpoint, where we're talking about, if you get it horizontal, for my people, you don't put it in square. You don't put it in vertical. You're not putting it on multiple features. You're not putting it on multiple platforms. If you're not then in a month later repurposing it, and then maybe making it look a little bit different and repurposing it again, and then like this piece of content that you've spent, like, let's say you spend $500, you should be able to use it 500 times. Easy, in different ways, shape, or form, whether it's the whole thing, whether it's a clip of it, whether it's a quote of it, whether it's the audio of it, whether it's a screenshot of it and put a quote on it. Like, however it is, you should be able to use however much you paid for it that many times, right? Repurposing is really the game of content. It is not necessarily creating something new every single day. That's not it. You're going to get exhausted. It's not going to be fun. That's why some of y'all do not like social media, do not like content, because you have to create it every single day. You have to learn what he's shooting, what anybody else is shooting, and you have to learn how to milk that thing. If you don't know how to milk, if you don't know how to repurpose content, you are not going to like social media. You're going to get very, very tired of it and give it away to somebody who honestly doesn't care about your brand.
Facts. And so that's a big thing, because what I had to realize at first, my whole career, I was I was like, yo, quality, quality, quality. Yo, we
Yeah.
gotta shoot the biggest commercials. We gotta
Yeah.
have the dopest themes. We gotta do all that. And I'm telling you on my side, I'm like, I had to realize, like, all right, well, we put it out, we do this smaller thing. We don't go crazy with it. And I just lost $6,000. And I'm the shooter, but I can't
Right.
shoot my own shit. So I
Right.
still gotta hire a shooter to shoot my shit. And then I'm like, hold on, man, that idea was dope, but all right, we put it out and then have everybody like it. All right, cool. And so what I had to start doing is realizing what to do before content and what to do
Mm-hmm.
after content. And then
Yeah.
once I started realizing the content system, oh, it became more simpler, right? And then even like you said, repurpose is everything, right? So we'll shoot a video, then we'll go put it in like Otter or Descript and turn
Yep.
it into a script,
Yep.
put it in an email, turn the email to a graphic, do this, do all of that,
Yep.
reuse that shit so many damn times that I felt better. And I stopped thinking about these big ass crazy things and just started thinking about whatever I'm talking about for if it's a 30-day campaign, 60-day campaign, whatever I'm talking about. And the focus, I just focus on that type of content and micro content. And
Yeah.
literally shit became easier. And then we started giving that to our clients and our clients started loving it, right? Because they need to stay consistent. They do one, like I said, man, quality is cool, but consistency is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could be shooting your shit on a fucking, I don't even know if Nokia had a camera, but if an old ass flip phone, when they first got the camera on the joint, as long as
Right.
that message is tight, you
Right.
good. But if
Right.
you get on there, you can shoot this bitch with a Hollywood camera and your messaging is off, that
Right.
shit gonna miss.
Oh,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
All day, all day. But it's a lot easier when you stop overthinking. Like that's the whole thing. And there's a lot of people's problems that they overthink content. And at the end of the day, you just put it out there. He said it. I'm also the same way. I'm big on presence.
Yeah.
Like it's the social media. There's a social part to it, right? These are human beings we're trying to get as followers, right?
Yeah.
So you have to create some type of relationship. And the only way you're going to have some type of relationship in real life is to be present, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not present for your friends, they're not going to go to you anymore, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing with right here. If you're not present, they're not going to go to you anymore. There's too many other people they could go to. They can find other friends, right? If you think about it like that, like, okay, I'm cool. Like my best friend's Nick. If I don't talk to him every single day, he gon', yo, what's up? They may check on you. Yo, you good? You all right? You all right? Then they're going to get used to you not being there. They're not going to call on you. They're not going to check on you. They're not going to do anything. It's the same thing with your profile. They're not going to check on you. They're not going to see if you posted. They're going to go to somebody else's first and foremost. They're not going to comment because they don't even know if you're going to show up again, right? So it's always about the presence.
I love it, right? So if y'all in this chat right now and you need help with your content, you need help scaling, taking things to the next level, what I want you to do is download my free social media business growth secrets, right? I'm not selling you shit. Like, it's literally a free guide to a free community. I'm not selling you. So make sure you get it so you can learn how to use content properly. And so you can take things to the next level. Just type the word growth in the chat right now, right? And another thing that's really, really big is really like, no, matter of fact, let's go back. What is your process for people to stop overthinking? Because I see a lot of people talking about overthinking. So give us a couple of steps that they can take today to work on it. I know it's a build up, but what can they do right now?
Okay. I'm still dying, by the way. Still sick.
Yo, I gave you a break. I'm like, hold on, did you get some
Yeah.
water?
I had to mute and everything. No, we good. Excuse me. So the first thing is look at all the content that you have on your phone. On Thursday, post it. Excuse me. The reason why I say that is because that's going to give you an out from perfection. It's Throwback Thursday. So we expect to see something old. We expect to see something that's maybe not up to quality. Things like that, right? So if you're overthinking, try on a Thursday, right? And then on a Friday, try to post something. The thing is, we don't know what works until we try. These are hands down. We don't know what works until we try. So you could get advice from me. You get advice from him. You get advice from all these other people. They could be all wrong about your brand. Like you could post a dot and somebody's going to find it amazing, profound. These are facts. I'm still on that situation where in Art Basel, I use this example a lot, where they had a banana taped and it sold for like thousands. Because someone found that as art. I could
Like a
probably
regular
blow it up.
banana, like
No, for real. It's a banana. Here we go. Boom. Let me flip it. Boom.
wow.
That's literally what it was. Okay.
Wow.
You can see it right there. 120,000.
When you seen it, what you thought?
Huh?
When you seen it, what you thought?
I thought I wasn't gonna pay 120,000.
Facts. Like,
I wasn't gonna do that. But
I would take my own banana up.
right, somebody did that, right? Somebody found it as art. Content is art. It's not going to be for everybody. That piece of art right there is not for me.
Not for none of us. At least they got it.
But your content isn't for everybody. We have to understand that. We are trying to please everybody. But we're not meant for everybody. And people are not understanding that. Social media in real life isn't different. We make it different. In real life, we're not for everybody. Like literally in relationships, we're not for everybody. Okay? We would be called certain things if we were for everybody. Follow me. All right? If you are that way, cool. But we're not. Okay? At the end of the day, we're probably meant for one person, right? On social media, we're meant for one audience. That audience is going to get us to more people, right? So our content needs to specifically speak to those people. If we remember that, we don't have to overthink about creating the best content. Because all we're doing is trying to talk to our people. Our people are going to accept us for who we are, in the language that we speak, in the way that we portray our content, in the way that we comment back. They're going to accept us because we're specifically catering to them. So for my overthinkers, stop trying to talk to everybody because you're going to get overwhelmed. Stop looking at everybody because you're going to get overwhelmed. That's their journey. That's their journey. They've done a lot of things right. They've done a lot of things wrong. You're only seeing the right things. You don't know what they've done wrong. So we can't look at other people's accounts and being like, okay, that's the content that I got to create. Do you know how many other content pieces they haven't posted? How many times it took for them to create that piece of content? We don't know that, but we look at it and we're like, oh my God, I can't create that. You're not supposed to create it. You're supposed to create something new because you're supposed to have your own audience. You're not supposed to take their audience. You're not supposed to be a carbon copy of them. They already there. So if you're not growing, you have to look back and being like, am I really just copying what I already see? Or am I really tapped in and I'm just creating whatever I want to create based off what my audience needs? And I'm seeing it one by one. I got another follower. I got another follower. I got another follower. What we do, we get discouraged because we don't have thousands of followers.
Yeah.
But who said we needed thousands of followers?
Facts.
I'm not understand. If somebody could tell me where in a book, in a law book or whatever, it says, for me to be successful, I need to have this amount of followers. For the perfect type of content, it needs to look like this. Where in the world does it say that? And if you can't find it, why haven't you posted today?
Question, right? That's the self. And she said something too, right? Like, I think for me, I tell people all the time, the overthinkers, what's happening is you trying to be like, you trying to perfect everything inside of your head before it even come out, right? And so trying to be a perfectionist is already where you lose people at, and you lose yourself, right? Because we don't be perfectionists, we be higher achievers, right? So it's okay to put it out and let people see your journey, and let people see the growth, and let people see that you're real and you human, that you fuck up too, right? We try to make everything so damn perfect, and that perfect never happens. So we never put out content, or we never get outside our head, and we sitting there wondering why everybody surpassing us and we still stuck. You know what I'm saying? We still stuck because we stuck in our head with that same miniature idea that we never got out. You know what I'm saying? So I know my consumer's problem, right? So I focus on shyness, overthinking, and consistency, right? And so what I do is, when I come in, if you shy, I'm trying to figure out why. Because 9 times out of 10, when you shooting content, your ass in a room by yourself. So who the hell you shy of? Oh, you don't like, no, you don't like your voice? Why you don't like your voice? That's your shit. You unique. It's you. I know I got a high-pitched voice. I know I got a ton of energy. I know this shit. I accept. I'm short. I know this shit. I'm good with that shit, right? I'm not thinking about none of that other shit. What I'm thinking about is how many people, if I say this today, how many people will love it? And how many people will love it to the point that it changed their perspective, right? Like, I had to tell somebody the other day, he was like, oh, why you using Holding Little Buddy? I said, I'm saying Holding Little Buddy because that's what I say. Like, why do it matter? If you don't like it, why the fuck you following me? When I say Holding Little Buddy, I'm actually telling them to slow it down, and I'm hitting them with some facts, but I'm saying it in a delivery that's not normal in this perspective, right? And so literally, I tell people, stop caring about what people say. Stop thinking, stop making it perfect. Get out your own motherfucking head. If you shy, get in front of that damn camera, shoot this shit on your phone, and if that shit sitting in your motherfucking phone, just like Nikki said, post that shit tomorrow. Post it. What's the excuse? I'm like, yo, Nikki, be honest. If it's a bit, well, no, this don't work for you because you're going to grab that bag. But I'm telling people all the time, if it's a big ass bag on the other side of your phone, and all you got to do is put out a piece of content, you telling me you're going to be scared as hell? Like, motherfuckers is going to war. People are going through real life situations. You telling me the only thing is stopping you is you and this motherfucking phone and some content?
But the reason why is because you making it sound very simple. It's like, there's the bag, I got post content, it's a wrap, right? And some people are expecting that type of result, where okay, you're telling me to post, I'm supposed to get the bag. So if I post a flyer right now that I got this service, yo, my man said it, I'm about to get the bag. There's somebody who's gonna buy it, and that's not necessarily true. For one, flyers don't even work no more, so you're already an L on that. But two, we can't expect instant results. Right? We have to understand that it's a win regardless when we post. Right? So what do I mean by that? Like, somebody saw it that may not have seen it before. Right? Somebody may have clicked on our link, and in which we could, if you got it proper, we could retarget later on, right? Somebody just followed, somebody shared it, somebody commented it on, like, so there's a process to, like, okay, I'm posting, right? But I'm not getting the bag, but it's understanding that with each post there is a different goal. So not every post that you do is going to go get the bag. This post may be for brand awareness. This post may be for engagement. This post may be for conversions. This post may be just for retention. There's going to be different reasons why people post, and you have to be okay with not getting a bag every single time, but that this post is going to get me closer to a bigger bag.
100%.
Right? So it's like, okay, I may not get the 5, the 10, the 100, the 1,000 right then and there, but I'm nurturing to where that person could buy 5K, 10K, 20K. That person, like, because I'm doing things, and then at the same time I'm being proactive on the platform, to where the platform is now rewarding me with more engagement, where they're showing my stuff a little bit more, where maybe I finally get an invite to maybe get monetized at some certain point. So there is a bag in every single situation. Is your definition of what the bag is
100%.
that you got to kind of clarify.
100%. So at the big time, it's really just like, don't let this camera stop you.
Yeah.
Don't let the camera stop you, because you think you want this overnight success, but it's not overnight.
Right.
But if you don't put it out and you don't stay consistent, you ain't seeing shit on this side. I'm just being honest. It could be tomorrow, it could be next year, but you ain't gonna see it, because the fear of you talking to the world, talking to somebody that might have never knew you exist, but they seen one of your videos because Nikki shared it, or because somebody shared it because they love what you was talking about, or love how transparent and how vulnerable you was, so they shared it, and now somebody else seen it. And what happened is that got you closer. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you stay consistent, it's gonna happen, right? So, Nikki, for you and your business, even though your business content, like, how was that? Like, how did content impact your business? Like change it and change the way of life for you?
Well, that's the thing. Like, without content, I didn't have a brand, right? I didn't have a business. It's because I put out content to where I'm able to create a community. It's because of content, people are recognizing the expertise into which they would want to be clients. It's because of the content that is able to create multiple streams of revenue that doesn't even necessarily have to me asking for money or anything like that, right? There's some people that have to be like, yo, buy this, buy this, buy this. I don't necessarily have to do that, because of the content has provided other opportunities outside of social media, right? And so, like, content is just powerful in so many different ways, that regardless if you like being in front of the camera or not, right? It is the way that, because I follow accounts that are not on camera, like they're just doing carousels and quotes and things like that, and they are killing the game still, even with this whole new change of video is king. They figured out how to do video without necessarily being in front of the camera. Now, with that, and understanding the power of content, it makes it just a little bit more fun. It's like, yo, I could post. I'm working on one right now. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. They had a really dope interview with Nick Cannon, right? And so I'm now going to think about creating a series of like fire bars, like bars that affected me this week or something like that, right? Boom. I'm say my little hook, my little intro, put the clip, tell them, ask them what they thought about it, and I'm going to make it into a series, and in which down the line, some people are going to be like, yo, how can I get on that particular series, right? As far as, because in all actuality, I'm promoting some people's podcasts. I'm promoting some people's YouTube series, right? So that's another way of like, okay, down the line, I could possibly be getting a bag for that situation too. It's all about how you package things, right? So, if we understand the power of content, we could go so many different ways, but we look at it as we have to do it, and we don't. And then let me talk to, because you mentioned like, yo, you got to get in front of the camera. You're shy, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
For people who don't know, only my true followers know, I'm an introvert that is an ambivert on social media. I'm like, if you see me in real life, I am like, yo, what's up? What's poppin'? Boom, boom.
Keep it moving,
right? And keep it moving, right? But if I'm in a work environment or whatever, I turn it on, right? Boom. for social media, I already understand because of my work, I'm very behind the scenes. But as you said, talent is nothing without the team. Talent is nothing without the creators. And so there needed to be a voice for the creators. There needed to be a voice for the people. If we're really trying to say, yo, growing brands is possible, you can't allow the talent to speak on how it is, because they're only going to be like, let me get this person on. Let me get that person on. Let me get this person on, right? So I saw the responsibility of, okay, boom, I gotta be on social media. I gotta be a little bit more present. And video, live video, to be honest with you, was the easiest thing because I didn't have to produce more stuff because I was already producing for others, right? The reason why I felt comfortable doing live video, and some people are going to feel nervous about it, is because I could turn this off. I could leave this live at any moment and then I could be done. And I don't have to like, and it's just me and the camera. It's not me now. I'm talking to you. So there's one person, but that's a controlled environment, right? Yeah. I chose to be here. You chose to be here, right? When you're going on live, or even when you're just doing content, just you and yourself, it's you and the camera. It's not you and you thinking about the results already. Yo, millions of people can see it. And 9 out of 10 times, they may not.
Right.
You know? So you have to feel comfortable talking to yourself. You have to feel comfortable, yo, boom, 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 all your hand gestures, this, that, you have to feel comfortable with how you look, right? That's it. It's nobody else. It's not you and so many other people, 60-something people. It's not that. It's you and you.
That's it.
And then you feel comfortable doing that. And it's nerve-wracking. Don't get it twisted. Creating content in the beginning is going to be nerve-wracking. Why? Because you've never done it before. Anything you've never done is uncomfortable. You being on social media is uncomfortable. You creating content is uncomfortable. Right. But you continue to do it just like how you've done your expertise, just like how you've done all your experiences and things like that. You do it over and over again. This is where you get to master it, your own tone, your own message, your own style, to where now you're like, I drop something and it brings people to me. I drop something and people are filling out my contact form. I drop something and people are emailing me, texting me, going and like, this is when you figure it out, but you're never going to figure it out because you're like, I did it once. No one clicked anything at all. Like, what are you talking about? Like, nobody clicked anything. Okay, all right. You got to do it again. I've been doing this for a week. Praise God. Praise God for you and your commitment for a week. I'm going to need you to go again. We have to be, and I said this before on my live, we have to understand the power of one, which is, I got one like, that's one person you didn't even know. Like, I got one follow, that's what one person you didn't even know. Somebody commented, and it grows and it grows, and the content that you're creating is attracting who you're ready for. So if you are getting so many people watching your stuff, you're ready to nurture those people, right? If you get a whole guap of people, you're ready to nurture those people. If you're not getting what you expect, you're not ready. There's something in the background that you still haven't done with your content, with how you position yourself, with your consistency. There's still something that isn't really done, and that's okay because we have time, right? We have time to figure that out. And each day we're getting better and we're attracting new people every single day, whether they follow you or not. Let's understand this. There's some people who stalk your page. Yeah. Okay. There's some people who are just waiting to see what you do. Like, oh, okay, they're finally showing up. Okay, I get all there's, you know, how many people who follow me but don't follow me, that just always check because they know I post every single day just to get the information. Like, yo, what's happening on social media? Like, yo, what's happening? Let me go, Nikki's. I know Nikki got it, but you haven't followed. That's okay. You're still watching my stuff. And that's okay because those are some of them are big opportunities just waiting. Like, just waiting. And so, like, the power of content is so important once you put priority to it.
That's it. Yo, you a monster. I'm gonna let you know that. And the most respectful, you is no joke. Like I love it, right? So if you had $100 left to your name, how would you
Yeah.
use it to grow your business?
I already have my phone.
Yeah. Phone
Okay,
bill paid
okay.
this
You gotta
month.
ask these things. I don't want to
Phone
assume.
bill paid this month.
Right. Okay, so I have my phone. Do I have a tripod?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna buy a tripod and a very cheap one, probably like a $15 one. Don't get it twisted. I'll probably go to Walmart or something like that, right? Or go on Amazon and get you a really cheap one, right? Because I gotta flip it. So tripod, some type of lighting. If not, I'm only going to be recording in natural light, right? And pray that tomorrow is not cloudy, right? And I'm going to get a mic of some sort. So if you're giving me only $100, I would definitely, if I don't already have it, because you didn't tell me if I did, so I'm assuming I don't.
You don't got
I'll
no
get
mic,
the.
no.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use my headphones that Apple doesn't give you no more, so I probably gotta buy that, right? I probably gotta buy the headphones real quick, fast, in a hurry. And I will create content that will, I would put my Cash App on or some form of payment as a call to action in the middle of it, right? And also in the captions if it added any kind of value. And then go live. That's free, right? Um, do I have badges? Do I have badges?
Nope.
Okay, I don't have badges. I'll put my Cash App or some form of payment on there, and I'll make sure I do a master class, right? And that the people who tip will have a access to the replay, right? To better to convert those people for the Cash App situation in order to make probably more than $100 at that time. Continue to do it over and over again until I can get better equipment.
You are a thinker. I see that. That was good as hell. Like, yo, I love it. So y'all see, literally, she just gave y'all a key. So it's no excuses about not having no money or not having the resources to do it. You just got to create it. You think, I'll be honest, the more money you get, the actually more money you waste, right? So when you don't have it, you literally get out there and hustle. You thrive for it. You be organic marketing. You not thinking. You going hard. When you get money, you get a little lazy with it. So I tell people, take your mindset. If you do got money, take your mindset back to when you didn't have it and give us that, right? And literally that can change everything. So it's no excuses. We live in a world with zero tolerance for excuses. We make it happen, right? And so if you somebody who's in here right now, what I want you to do is make sure you follow Nikki, make sure you follow me. And if you haven't already, type the word growth in the comments so you can get my free social media business growth secrets. Like I said, it's free. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm giving you a free community so you can get content every single day in the community. I give you a morning caption, engagement caption to post with whatever's going on so you can stay consistent with your content. Every Monday, I give you a free live where I'm breaking something down so you can have. And literally, it's a community with other business owners just like you who have problems with content that you can come together, unite with, and y'all can help each other scale to the next level. Nikki, I got to ask you this first of all. How many motherfucking pair of shoes is back there?
Like about 200.
What's the number one? Well, I know it's a lot, so you got 200. What's the top kick back there? Like, what's the top one?
That one right there, the Dornbecker 4s. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. Got
can't
Superman
see. You just
tongue
made a
on
point.
it.
You just pointed like we gotta see. You gotta show us the kids, man.
Oh,
Like I'm a late sneaker guy. Like I'm late to the game. Like I got 60 pair. Right. I'm late though,
So
and I got the swag with it.
It got the Superman tongue. It got the details and everything like that. Dornbecker, all that great stuff.
What they going
Super
for?
lim. Super. You can look it up yourself. That's all. You can look it up yourself.
Yo, that means we know it's going crazy, right?
Yeah.
What's number two? What's number two? You got 200 pills.
Number two, I would have to pick another Dornbecker. Hold on. This is one of
Like
my
she don't
favorite.
even gotta move at this point.
Yeah. So these are the Doernbecher 8s.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I
hard.
like designs clearly. So I got like whoever made it. So the great thing about the Dornbeckers is like kids. It's from a hospital, and so the kids that are sick over there, they're able to create these Dornbeckers, right? So it has his fingerprint, everything like that, some kind of hologram,
Oh, that's hard.
the sparkles and everything. His favorite number. So I just like the design. Plus it's blue. It's my vibe. So yeah,
Is this
that's
something
number
you
two.
always been into?
Yeah, since I was a kid. So, whoop, look, I almost fell. Um,
We didn't even
so
see it.
right. So my mom put me on to Jordans, but couldn't buy me as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
So I said once I got money, I would have a new pair every single day. And I kind of OD'd on it. So I've been falling back a little bit now, but yeah, it's something I've always been on.
Yeah, I always notice that when I see her, I'm like, man, her collection is crazy. I already know. Like, I'm so late. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna flex like I've been wearing Jordans. I ain't gonna lie. I was wearing Pumas and shit because I didn't care about that
That's
shit.
fine. That's
But
fine.
literally, like in January, my wife bought me a pair of Cool Grays for Christmas. She bought me a pair of Cool Grays. I wore them,
Yeah.
right, and I'm like, man, I kind of miss Jordans. I haven't worn them since a kid, and when I was a kid, I only had like a couple pair. Like
Yeah.
one pair, like I had the snakeskin 11s, and I wore them bitches. The hole came in the middle.
Yeah.
But so literally, I think in January 15th, I bought 50 pair in one day
Yeah.
at resale. Like it was crazy. It was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. I was like, what the hell am I doing? But I like it. Like because the
Hey.
Jordans, it's better than going and spending $1,000 on designers and shit like shoes and
Oh
shit.
yeah, no, that listen, I always say I could be addicted to drugs and alcohol and I'm not addicted to none. Like so
Facts.
I don't do either one of those, so I am Gucci. Like
I'm in the same boat. I don't drink or smoke or club. Like I never did it. My mom was on dope, so I seen how it turned out, and I didn't want to have that addicted personality. I'm addicted to working, but other than
yeah,
that, I stay out the way.
listen, that's it. It is what it is. I'm cool with either or. But yeah, no, that's my thing. But now it's more of it's a nice little background. I don't gotta worry about it. A nice little background. So, it's great for content. I gotta think about it. It's great for content.
Bag, bag. Well, Nikki, I am overly excited and thankful for your time, for your wisdoms, for the gems you drop, for the people you encourage, and literally like your content is real. Like I tell you, like I'm telling you this now. I actually DM'd you and let you know ahead of time. Like I really love your shit, Queen. You fucking killing it because
Appreciate
you see people do content, but it's like when I see people do their own shit and it's unique, it's different and to be a queen doing it, like I'm like,
it.
yo, give her flowers. She is the queen of content. Give her flowers. Like, hey, you can't deny. It's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
And literally, I really, really respect and love everything you got going on, and I'm gonna continue to follow and support. I'm gonna be a cheerleader. Like I don't care. I love to see greatness. I love.
Thank you.
I'm honest. Like I love to see greatness, man, and you got it. You got
Thank
it.
you.
Like you know what I'm
I
saying.
appreciate you.
I actually been
Listen,
watching
you
you for a while. Like yeah.
listen, you dope and you know a lot of dope people. Like don't downplay what you got going on. I've been watching your lives and it's like always a new person. I'm like, yeah, who doesn't he not know? What's happening? What's happening? Who does he not know? Like
Man,
this
I've
is
been doing
crazy.
this for 10 years, but I never
Yeah,
use my relationships, right? I'm one of the people I be chilling, man. I got kids. I be out the
yeah,
way. I be focused. And I'm like, man, if I know you, I love what you're doing. That's it. And literally, I had to realize that I wasn't going live. I wasn't doing the lives. I wasn't doing it. Like, my Facebook group is literally only 5 weeks old. And we got about 2,000 people in there straight from it in
right.
5 weeks. And literally I'm starting to do more because I was just working. I wasn't caring about getting on live, staying consistent with that shit, doing none of that. I
Yeah,
didn't care about none of that. Like I
yeah,
just cared about helping the people. And so then I had to realize, like, yo, I have to start doing more of these things. And I got to talk to great people like yourself. I got to bring you in so you can talk to my people and give them
yeah.
gems and stuff like that. And I started doing more of that. And I actually like it. Like, I love this shit. Like, I love this shit. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's the live situation is different because you get to connect with the people more,
Yeah.
right? Like that's why I love it so much. And then like understanding like they like stay and they
Yeah.
watch like, and so you
Yeah.
have a responsibility of being like, oh, I gotta come with it. Like if I don't feel like it, it don't matter. I'm here. If I didn't feel like it, I shouldn't have gotten on. Right? I mean, like,
Fact.
but like what you've been doing and the people you've been bringing up, like that's really dope to see. Because not everybody does that. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like not everybody is like, yo, let me bless the audience with this, that, and the third, or
Yeah.
whatever, or like let me sit back and like not really say much and let
Yeah.
them rock out. Like so, nah. I just wanted to give you your flowers on that because it's especially with a live situation that is like it's rare to see in an authentic way, like in a very genuine way.
I love it, right? So what can they get from you? What they want more content from? They want to get in your programs. What can they get from you? What they got to do right now, Nikki? Let them get in. They want in.
Listen, uh, all I said, go to the link in my bio. Like that'll take you step by step. It's a really done. If y'all haven't been in my link in my bio, just go experience it. That's all I gotta say. I literally ask you. I'm sitting there like, yo, what do you need? And a whole menu pops up. I walk you through the whole thing. Depending on the level that you're in, I'll recommend some things. I always say, look, the only thing I ever ask is go check out my podcast, Nikki and Moose, the podcast. Go check out the podcast, right? That's my baby right there. I love doing the breakdowns of people's brands and businesses and things like that and how it can help us. So we do that every single week. That's my thing. If I ask for anything, I ain't gonna ask you to join this program, join that. Just listen and watch Nikki and Moose. It is the most underrated content out there right now, hands down, because ain't nobody that's breaking down your favorite influencer the way we do. Okay, they may ask questions to your favorite influencer. They ain't telling you how it can really work it out for your own stuff. So go check out
I
the
love,
podcast.
I love it. Go check out the podcast now. Keep supporting this queen. She ain't stopping. I ain't gonna lie. Even if you don't support her, she gone. She gonna keep
Oh
going,
yeah,
keep
yeah,
climbing
yeah,
because
yeah.
she love it, right?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, but I'm still gonna post. I'm still gonna post.
Fact. All right, Nikki, I ain't gonna take no more of your time. Also, I hope you get 100% well, all the
Thank you.
way.
Thank
And
you.
just keep killing it, Queen. I love it. I
I
love it.
appreciate you.
You got a supporter for life over here. For life.
I appreciate you.
I'm a lifer.
My lifer. I love it. I
All
appreciate
right,
you.
all
All
right,
right.
guys.